Welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to be discussing water treatments, water of crystallization, efflorescence, deliquescence, and hygroscopy. So, in water treatment is the process of water treatment is the process of treating our water so that it will be fit for domestic, industrial, and laboratory use. So it is, I said water treatment is treating water so that it can be fit for domestic, industrial, and laboratory use. And you should know water that is not treatment or water that contain microorganism or some particle is not fit for drinking, and they are not pure water. All right, so and that is the reason why we treat our water so that they'll be fit for drinking and doing every other thing we want to do. So the stages of water treatment. The stages of water treatment. The first stage is the sedimentation. So sedimentation is a process of allowing the particle in a water to settle down to the bottom of the container that holds it. That is, you have a water that contains particles, so you allow it to settle. You leave the water so that the particle will settle to the base. So this is the first stage, sedimentation, and it is a process where we allow water to allow its sediments. This is the sediments or the particle to settle at the base of the container. So that is sedimentation. So the second process is the coagulation or flocculation. So this process involves the addition of chemical substance. So so that these sediments will form flocks. That is, the particle will become bigger. It will form flocks. At the first process, I said it is the sedimentation where we allow the water to settle its particle. So coagulation or flocculation involves the addition of chemical substance like our alum, and the chemical formula for alum is this. That is KAlSO4 12H2O. So this is the chemical formula of alum. You can also add caustic soda to in this process so that the sediments will form flocks, and that's what we call it flocculation, to form flock or big particles at the bottom of the container. So the third process is the filtration. That is, we want to filter the water from the sediments. So this is the water. I want to filter it from the sediment. So we are going to pass it in granite. We can put granite, and you can use the old system of filtration where you pour water, you pour the liquid parts into another container, whereby you can put your filter paper or a clean cloth so that the water can go inside, then it will remain the sediment, or you use granite. So that is filtration. That is, we want to remove the water that the particle have settled from. So the water, we're going to remove it. That is filtration. So the next one is the disinfection. So disinfection involves we need to remove microorganisms that are harmful in the water. So this can be achieved in either chlorination or ozonolysis. That is the addition of chlorine or the addition of ozone. You can either add chlorine, that is chlorination, or you add ozone. So don't forget the first step is the sedimentation, where we allow the water to separate from the particle or sediment. Then the coagulation, we are going to add alum so that the particles will coagulate or will form flux at the bottom of the container. Then filtration, we are going to filter the water from the sediments. And the next one is the disinfection. That is, we are trying to kill the microorganism in the water, and that is our disinfection. And that is, I said, it can be achieved in two ways. It's either chlorination or ozonolysis. And I said chlorination is the addition of chlorine, while ozonolysis is the addition of ozone. And the next process is softening. That is, if the water is an hard water, we soften it. And how do we soften it? We can add acoustic or washing soda. Yes, you can add washing soda in the water, or you do your resin method, the ion exchange resin, so to soften the water. All right, and the last stage is the storage and distribution. So after we've softened the water, so we are going to store the water in a big container or reservoir. So we store the water for when it is time for use, then we start distributing. So I said the 6 stages of water treatment. Number 1 is sedimentation. Number 2, coagulation or flocculation. Number 3, filtration. Number 4, disinfection. Number 5, softening. And the last stage is storage and distribution. So these are the stages of water treatment. Let's talk about water of crystallization. So water of crystallization is a specific amount of water or a fixed amount of water that is attached to a substance. All right, so I said it is a fixed or a specific amount of water that is attached. It is chemically attached, actually. It is chemically attached to a salt. So you can have a salt like this, Na2CO3, then you have 10H2O. So this is the water of crystallization. So the water of crystallization is 10 because 10 molecules of water will attach to this. All right, so 10 molecules of water attached to this. So these are washing soda. Okay, you can have cupric sulfate, CuSO4, pentahydrates. All right, so this has 5 molecules of water. So the water of crystallization is 5. So water of crystallization is a fixed amount of water that is chemically attached to a salt. All right, so that is water of crystallization. So moving on to efflorescence. So efflorescence is when a salt loses its water of crystallization, and it's most time due to when the vapor pressure of the substance is higher than the vapor pressure of the atmosphere. So it will lose its water of crystallization to the atmosphere. So efflorescence is the process when a salt, when it loses its water of crystallization. When it loses its water of crystallization. So imagine you have something like this, Na2SO4 dot 10H2O. So if it loses its water of crystallization, so you have Na2SO4 H2O dot plus 9H2O. So it lost 9 molecules of water of crystallization to the atmosphere. You can have something of this nature, NaCO3 dot 10H2O. So this will give us Na2CO3 plus 10H2O. So this is Look at this. It has lost its 10 molecules of water. So efflorescence is when a salt loses its water of crystallization to the atmosphere. All right. So let us move on to deliquescence. So deliquescence is the inverse of efflorescence. It is when a substance gain water from the air. It gain moisture from the earth. I said deliquescence is a process where a substance will absorb moisture. To absorb moisture or water, it absorbs moisture from air or from the atmosphere. Right, so that is deliquescence. While hygroscopy, hygroscopy is also like deliquescence, also when a substance absorb, also when a substance absorb moisture from the air. But the difference between deliquescence and hygroscopy is that when this substance when they collect moisture from the air, what happens is that they form a solution. So a solution is formed. So at the long run, a liquid substance is going to be formed. So that is the why hygroscopy, after, even as the substance is collecting moisture from the atmosphere, a solid substance is still formed. All right. So when a solid substance is still formed, so that is hygroscopy. I said the liquescence, a substance will absorb moisture from the air, and it will absorb moisture from the air, and a solution is formed. While hygroscopy is when a substance absorbs moisture from air, but a solution is not formed. It will still maintain its solid form. All right. So examples of substance that go through deliquescence, you have magnesium chloride, you have calcium chloride, you have NaOH, sodium hydroxide. So they will absorb moisture from the atmosphere, and a solution is formed at the end. While examples of substance that go through hygroscopy, you have your concentrated H2SO4, for example, silicate gel, and also H2SO4, yes, silicate gel. This substance, they will absorb moisture from the atmosphere, but they will still maintain their phase. They are not going to change from what they are. So a solid form is formed at the end. So you can look for more substance that goes through deliquescence and more substance that go through hygroscopy. All right. So let's answer this question. The chemical used for coagulation in water purification is the chemical that we use for coagulation. I said we use alum, and alum has aluminium tetraoxosulfate 6. So the answer is this, aluminium tetraoxosulfate 6, because alum has it. So that is the chemical that we use for coagulation. All right. And I said the second question now, when a salt loses its water of crystallization to the atmosphere, what is that called? When a salt loses its water of crystallization to the atmosphere, I said that is what? Efflorescence. When its gain is deliquescence. So if you have any question on water treatment, water of crystallization, efflorescence, deliquescence, and hygroscopy, you are free to drop your question in the comment section. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.